Hello and welcome to today's session of BoldTrail Academy. We're on week 11 of 12, Steve. Can't believe next week will be the wrap up of this. But today we're going to cover the personal smart number. Steve, do you have the personal smart number?
I do.
Do you use the personal smart number?
Not as much as I need to, but
That's
I have been
right.
starting to learn.
So here's the thing. That's why we're here today. We're going to cover the personal smart number and go over what it is, how you get it, and ways that you use it. Before we get started, I always like to go back and cover where we came from. Here on the school platform, the BoldTrail Academy, if you haven't joined the school platform yet, you're going to want to do that. I'll put the link in the discussion, in the chat, if you will. And you want to join the BoldTrail Academy because that's where my content is. I store my content on the school platform. It's just a great way for me to have all the content in one spot. So I put the link in there. I can also show a QR code real quick. You can scan that. But please join the BoldTrail Academy on school platform, and that's where I'm posting content. So as I have gone through this 12-week series, I've put the 12-week series in this classroom. Once you sign up for the school platform, it doesn't cost you anything to sign up, but all the content's right here. And so week 1, we started out with essentials. We covered landing pages, squeeze pages, social media, text codes, property boost. I mean, we've covered a lot of territory, and we're trying to keep these to 30-minute condensed what do you want to say? Just showing you how to use these different elements of the KV Core platform, because there's so much within the KV Core platform that it takes you a long time to memorize all this stuff. Even for myself, Steve, when I get into this, I forget where things are.
Yep.
I forget where things are, and I have to go and search for them. And so I have agents that are calling me for help, like, I had an agent call me and they said, hey, I want to change this part of my website and I want it to appear like this. And I was like, God, I remember doing that, but I just don't remember exactly where it is. But it took me like 5 minutes. I figured it out. So that's what this series is about. This 12-week series is just putting it together so that you can go back and say, hey, I want to know about social media. I want to know about squeeze pages. 30 minutes, you go in there and you're able to be able to figure out what they are and see how to use them. So go ahead.
Yeah, and we appreciate everybody on these calls, but what we're trying to accomplish is a very granular way for you to achieve something very basic on the KV Core, from just where do I find a squeeze page? Where do I find a landing page? So these the system's vast, but the BoldTrail Academy is growing. The content is very specific. So if you have a confusion, you don't really have to always reach out to myself or Alex. You could go serve and just get that information right from the BoldTrail.
Yeah. So and that's what we're trying to do within all of this content that we're putting together. You can go and search it out yourself and find it within BoldTrail. I had a meeting with an agent yesterday, and they just they looked at me and they said, Alex, I don't want to go through and have to watch all these videos. And so within the training, I don't really highlight this enough, but this is the training platform. At the very, very minimum, you're going to go in and want to watch the quick start guide, agent quick start guide. It's 34 lessons, and this is how I learned how to use this. This was my beginning of it. And so again, from your dashboard, go over here to training and you can log into it. So that is where we have been. And now today we are going to move forward and we're going to talk about the smart number. Let's start off. I want to show you. So when you get into using the platform, as you can see, I have my vanity domain, alexdyer.com. I've had my same website, my same email, my entire real estate career. And I remember way back when, 30 years ago, when I signed up for it, people looked at me and said, well, why would you want your own name as your website? That just seems kind of silly. I'm glad I did, because people always know how to reach me. So I have the vanity domain, but I also have this custom smart number. So let's go in and really look at this. When you scroll down, you go to phone numbers. So these are all the phone numbers that are associated with EXP in Northern California. You can see that I have mine down here. I do some admin for Rich Hendrickson, so I have his in here. We have living in Placer County. So we have these different smart numbers in there. But what are they? Why is this significant? The reason we have so many is that if agents don't have a personal smart number and they're using texting on the platform, the text response is going to be round robin in any one of these numbers. So if you're out there using text coding, and so for example, I did a Instagram yesterday, and I used text code. I wasn't at PCAR yesterday. I was at I did a Tom Ferry podcast, and Tom Ferry says, hey, look, there's a great influencer in Southern California, and what they're doing is something very simple, not overthinking their social posts. And this is the format they have: under 400,000 in Roseville. 20 years ago, that would have been outrageous. But today, 400,000 in Roseville, it's like, that's a good deal. So within this space, I'm not showing a property link. I'm just showing a picture of the property. I'm indicating that it is unique listing. I'm saying, hey, text to this number, which is my smart number. And I'm putting it out there. That's a pretty easy post to put out there. If you guys want to copy this and use that, you could do that with your smart number. Super easy to do. We all need to be posting daily on our social platforms because we all love to do it. And then in addition to that, I have all of these hashtags. The reason we use hashtags is that the social media platforms are all driven by hashtags. So if someone is going into Instagram and they are searching any one of these hashtagged terms, this post will be included. But the important thing is that I'm saying, look, here is my smart number, and you're going to text that. And then once that text comes in, because I have the address of this property is on Alta, so Alta, and it comes into my CRM, and I'm notified. Again, if I'm using the round robin, I'm not going to get that. I'm not going to get that. So that's the important, just one small example of how to use it. So where do you get the smart number? It's in Marketplace. Now, when I'm focusing on the lead generation series, I've really focused on how to do this for free. I'm all for keeping my desk costs down as low as I can. The smart number is one of those things that I'm going to recommend that you spend money on. The other one is the vanity domain. So you're here in Marketplace. And so if you're in your dashboard, you go over here to the menu and you'll go to Marketplace. And these are all of the paid for features. If you haven't been into Marketplace, go and click into these. There's even one for agent recruiting. But within this space, you can see here's the vanity domain, and this is the personal smart number. When you get in here, I think it's $30 a month. And really what you're doing is you're buying a phone number for your platform. What I tell my clients is that this is the phone number for my office. And I have them save it in their phone. A lot of times I'll text my name, realtor, and I'll text it to them, and that way it registers and doesn't show up as spam. Because these numbers, they will show up as spam if you're not registering it in your phone. But within this space, you got the 916 area code, and then if you don't like that number, you can go and choose your own number. And these are the ones that are available. You can't take your cell phone or a previous office number and transfer it in. You have to choose from one of these numbers. And then you go in and you can assign to another agent. I do call forwarding to my cell phone. It's very easy to set up. These are one of the things, Steve, that I recommend that every agent that's going to use the platform, that they pay for. It's $30 a month. I don't like to spend money unless I have to, but this is one of the things that I do spend money on because it absolutely works within the platform. So I have the smart number. You can see it shows up here. And let's go over the advantages of using it. The getting of the smart number, the signing up for it is very easy to do. You put your credit card in, you sign up for it. I'm helping agents do this every day. It's pretty black and white. But in terms of using it, when I'm in my platform, and let's go into my demo list. So when I'm in my demo list and I'm going to call our New Vision, one of the two leaders of it, Steve's one of them, Gary Meek's the other one. If I'm going to call Gary Meek and I'm doing my client follow-up, right here, I can call directly from the platform. And then it rings through to my phone. That's the way I have it set up. When that happens, when you make that phone call, it records the conversation in your activity log. So when you're calling your leads, whether it's a long-term client, a new lead, whatever it is, when you're calling using the desktop version, it forwards to your cell phone and it records that conversation. Now, for me, Steve, the advantage of that is that I can make that phone call and I can have a very natural conversation. I don't have to worry about taking notes on it.
Yeah, it's a very good feature. Let's just explain to people, if you click that call now button, are you speaking through your computer or are you picking up your phone? Just clarify that.
So I haven't told Gary that I'm calling him. So
I just left the office, so let's get him.
All right, so here it is. I just push call. And now it rings through.
There you go. That's what I want people to know.
It rings through, and then when I answer it like it's a normal phone. Okay, I'm not gonna, I'm gonna hang up on Gary. Because it goes through and it says, do you want to contact Gary? And go ahead, Rich.
Is Gary, excuse me, is Gary seeing your smart number or your cell phone number?
It's seeing the smart number.
Okay.
Yeah, Gary's seeing the smart number. So that's how it works interacting when you're making your client, your lead follow-ups. It's a pretty cool feature. I use it to do my lead follow-ups. Now, with that said, I don't always use it. If it's somebody that I have a relationship with, they're in my phone, I'll take and just call directly from my phone, but I'll also record the outcome here. So I have a record, like in this case, I can say, attempted the call, and then I can save that outcome, and then it records in the activity log that I attempted to make that call. So I'm not using it all the time. If it's somebody that I've already built that relationship with, I'll call directly from my cell phone. Also, if they don't pick up, I'll do the double call. If they don't pick up the platform, I'll call them using my my cell phone. So that's one way of using this. Now,
let me ask a specific question, just as we go use AI for these different things. I don't know the answer to this, so I'm going to ask. Let's say you have an extensive call with somebody, relatively lengthy connection with someone. Will we be able to take that recording and do something with it with AI to simplify it and understand it in the bullet points of that call?
I'm sure there's a way to do that.
Might be an interesting thing for us to look into.
We could look into that.
Okay.
Yes, Roxanne.
I have a question. Is it legal to tape conversations or do you have to notify the person that you're taping that conversation?
Yeah, so I don't know what the laws are in California. I think that you do need to notify them that it's being recorded. So yeah, you'd have to look into the laws on it.
But let's hold the questions. We'll have a quick 15-minute Q&A shortly.
All right, so that's how you use it to make your phone calls, okay? Now, if you're sending text messages, you can send text messages through the platform and it sends through your smart number. So now I'm texting to the smart number and it's totally compliant because it always has, am I in yours? I don't know why it says Steve. But anyway, it has the
On the team platform.
oh yeah, you're right. So it has the reply stop to unsubscribe because we need to be compliant with that. So those are the ways you use the smart number interacting with your clients. For me, it's valuable because now I capture all the information. It's in my activity log. And when I'm going in and doing my follow-up, it's all recorded in there. Without the smart number, you're not going to get that rich reporting. Let's go in and look at the text coding. And we covered this in a previous session. And it's under marketing. See, I even forget some of the stuff. It's marketing. And within the text coding, why am I not finding it? They've moved it. But you can set up text coding so that you can have campaigns that trigger using the smart number. So when a smart number comes in, when someone replies to a smart number, you can have it trigger a campaign to start. So when you go out there, like I use the smart number to do Craigslist advertising, short sales and foreclosures. We built a squeeze page for short sales and foreclosures. You advertise it on Craigslist, and then you can say text list to this number, being your smart number, and then they're sent that list. I also connect it to the landing pages that I built. So we spent quite a bit of time looking at landing pages. You can incorporate that into your landing page, your own personal smart number. So when they reply to it, it's all recorded within your database because your goal is to make sure that the activity shows up in your activity feed on your dashboard. So that's what the smart number is. Like I say, I use it. It's integrated into my platform. The pitfalls that I've seen is number one, when it's not recorded in that person's phone, if they don't have it logged in, it shows up as spam. So when you're developing a relationship with a new client, you have to go in and say, okay, I want to give you my office number. Make sure you put it into your phone. Number one. So you have to be careful of that. If you're not using it and you're trying to use these features, the pitfall of that is that you can go and do all this advertising, but there's no guarantee that it's going to come back to you.
If we could go through the steps of just showing someone how to get to that, and then if you could look at your 32 calls up there, in the event you needed to make those calls, the efficiency of using the smart number and how quickly you can get through those connections, and all that information is stored in each person's contact. And everyone, I just want to know how efficient that is and how much of a time saver it's going to be for you to get through your contact calls, because the system will actually evaluate your highest priorities, because the system has a little bit of AI going on. And when it searches, it's going to say, hey, here's 5 very interested people, but using the smart number, you get through that and have those conversations and record it quickly so you can always reference back.
Yeah, so it's a great point that you make, Steve, but this is one of the problems I have when I'm doing the demos on this, is that I have a live database. And so by going in and doing that demo on this,
Exposes a little personal data. We love all of you, but
it does. But within this, you can see I have 32 follow-ups to make this afternoon. So tomorrow or this afternoon, about 1 o'clock, don't try and get a hold of me because I'm going to be making these follow-up calls. But within this space, I just click right here on the phone and it would trigger that same phone dialog box to come up. So I'll go back to my demo database.
As he's showing you that, I want you guys to just ponder the efficiency. So if you've been on any call sessions, and I'll refer back to the 12-week or the power hour calls that we do Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 11 a.m. We have a session you can go and do the calls. If you have your database set up correctly, you literally just click a button and there are your calls.
Yeah.
And you can start blazing through your calls, highly effective, and it tracks it all. So it creates a system so you can stay in touch with your database very efficiently in the event you're in a call session. And if you are not in a call session, and once you join a call session, you're going to find out how frustrating it is. You're like, who am I calling today?
Yeah.
It solves that problem.
Yeah. And so this is the dialog box that comes up, has the phone number, and this is why I'm not sharing my live database with you guys. I love you all. But within here, it's important to note that if you wanted to do an AI script, it's built into it. So you could use the AI script. For myself, I don't do that, Steve, because I look at the activity that's gone on within the activity feed, and I formulate what I'm going to talk about even before I call. Okay. Huge advantage of being active in the system. If you're active and you're constantly sending out valuations, emails, market reports, you're going to have something to talk about. But you hit the call, and then you, if they don't answer the phone, or maybe they answer the phone and want you to call them back, you can schedule a call. You can put that in. You can record the outcome, take notes, and then you can save the outcome. Okay. I use this to do all of my follow-up. Now, if I am calling from my cell phone, not using the smart number, I still record it here because I want to know the last time I contacted them and what that conversation is. It just makes you more efficient. You don't have to sit there and remember what did I say last time? What was that conversation? You have it all recorded, and when you're calling them, for me, it gives me massive intent and purpose because I know.
I'm going to share a quick story with everyone as Alex goes through and re-shows you, and we'll close this out, show you how to get that smart number. I had a client in Sun City. We were working on the neighbor property, and I did meet with the neighbor across the street, and she said, yeah, she's going to be selling. And I put that information in the system. And you know what I did? I didn't make the call.
Why is that?
I got busy.
Okay.
And you know what happened? When I made the call, I thought, well, let me just look her property up. You know what I found?
What's that?
Listed and sold.
Oh,
Last month.
Oh,
Yep.
Man.
And she was happy to meet me, and I personally missed that opportunity. So there are painful moments, but this system will allow you to point out those painful moments. So I share that with you because people will sell in your database, and the more frequently you touch them, you're going to get that business.
Yeah. No, I will tell you that using this system, I picked up 2 listings this week. I've really been pressing hard to get listings because I've never been a big listing agent. I've mostly been a buyer's agent, but I love doing listings. So this past 12 months, I've really focused on the listings, and it's happening for me. And the system is telling me who to follow up with. And so again, to get the personal smart number, it's in Marketplace. You go over to Marketplace. It's right here. You learn more. And then you can go through and you can get your smart number, 916 area code. If you're in a different area code, you just simply change it and it will change the numbers around. Like if I go to 408, it changes them to 408. It should. That's not doing it. I think you have to be within the 408 to change it around. But you can choose which ones you want from the list. You can't customize it. But it's super easy to do. If you need help doing it, just reach out to me. But like I say, I use it with landing pages. I integrate it with squeeze pages. It's on my social media. It's text coding. It's in my property boost. It's on my IDX because it's integrated with my website. So all of, the whole platform gets integrated with them.
Yep.
And it's just super convenient. So Steve, that's what I have. It's not a real complicated subject. I'm just showing you guys, look, you should get a smart number if you're going to use this platform to run your business. And those are the reasons why. So that's what I have for you. Any closing thoughts?
Nope, let's close it out, do a little Q&A. That's it for this week.
All right, let me stop this.
Thank you,
So
everybody.
as I close out, I'm meeting with a lot of agents throughout the week, and I'm doing one-on-one coachings. What I'm finding and sitting down and doing these coachings is that I'm spending more time trying to figure out how to log into the different platforms than I am actually coaching on how to use the platform. So my one-on-one coaching service is really more of a technology service. It's what it's really developing into. But that need is out there, and for whatever reason, I'm the guy that's figured out how to do this stuff. So if you're struggling with the platform, struggling with your technology, your social media, schedule an appointment with me. I'll do an initial evaluation and let you know if you do need to go further and have me look into your technology, or I can just help you out in that direction. And I have the 21-day challenge. My first session is filling up right now. We're about ready to launch that. And that's where you sit with me every day for 21 days and form the habit of using the platform. So with that, I'm going to stop the recording and then we'll come back for questions.